Finally, on D.C. News Now, Joe Manchin and his next play. Will he run for Senate in a race that shows he could lose, or does he turn his attention to a White House run? We had a chance to sit down with Manchin in a one-on-one interview to ask him these questions. Leonard N. Fleming, our government and political reporter, joining us on set here as Manchin opened up about his future. And Leonard, Manchin says a lot about his run. He has a lot to say. It looks like a very tough race for him.
Chris, Senator Manchin tells me he is taking a run at either the presidency or a Senate re-election campaign very seriously, despite the long shot odds.
I've never been afraid of losing any election I've been in. I never wanted to lose. I'm a very competitive person.
But if West Virginia Senator Joe Manchin runs for re-election, polls show today that he would not only lose, but would be trounced by Republican challenger and current Governor Jim Justice, who has announced he is running. One poll has Justice up by 22 points against Manchin.
Well, you shouldn't do this because this might happen. You might lose. There's always a chance of losing in any election. You always run, there's two things, you run scared or unopposed. No doubt about it, whoever is on the Republican ticket in West Virginia will be a formidable candidate, just because of the demographics have changed so much.
You could possibly run for re-election, you could possibly run for president. Right?
Or possibly retire. We don't know what plans lie ahead right now.
And talk about running as an independent presidential candidate, they have a tall order. The closest candidate was businessman Ross Perot, who in 1992 won 18.7% of the national vote.
But does that lead you into possibly running for president, possibly running as a third-party candidate? Are these things that you're considering?
No. What I'm considering is how do I stay involved to try to create a narrative of who we are.
Manchin tells me he's undecided on either runs for office, but is worried about the country's direction.
These are the same pollsters that said that basically Barack Obama didn't have a chance against Hillary Clinton.
And Manchin says he's in no rush to decide to run for re-election or the presidency.
You said earlier that if you run, you'll win. Are you that confident about it?
Well, I'm confident one thing, that no one will outwork me.
Manchin tells me that he has several months to decide what he's going to do, Senate run or seek the presidency. And the decision, he says, could be as late as the end of the year. A Senate re-election campaign, Manchin predicts, could be a $50 million race.
Wow. Or possibly retire, as he said.
As he said.
We'll see. Leonard, great reporting. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.